Good morning, everyone. Welcome into my channel. Well, it may not be morning when you're watching, but right now it's a little bit after 10 a.m. So I'm saying good morning. Today is Friday. We are going into the weekend. We are looking good. Truth be told, my house is super unorganized, which is a little bit of a conundrum for me. So if you're new to my channel, I'm a full-time eBay reseller. I'm kind of known for keeping things organized when a lot of craziness is going on, but craziness is at an all-time high. So I'm just trying to go with the flow. All right, what is happening here? Yesterday, I got the tub delivery. Now you're probably like, she's reselling tubs. No, a tub delivery for the addition to the house out back. You can go back to prior videos and see a little bit of a few shots of what that looks like. I also post on Instagram, Lavenderclothesline, to give you guys the progress update of adding on a home addition because I'm getting married. I met a guy in Goodwill and we hit it off. We're getting married and he is going to be living in our home here. All right, so that is what's going on. Amazon delivered a huge tub. I went with the 72-inch. It's the biggest one you could get, the Woodbridge Venzia. I'll try to include photos here or here, and that came yesterday, so that is great fun. I almost brought it into the house. I'm like, what am I, crazy? I would have to put it in the middle of my living room because the house is filled with all kinds of craziness going on from a big buyout I did in Connecticut, mostly clothing. Now, for those of you asking to see what kind of items I picked up, I am still assessing everything and going through everything. Probably at the end of it, after I redonate and get rid of the stuff that's not sellable, I'm guessing about 400 to 600 pieces, total guess. So if I find anything of note to show you guys, I will. Right now, it's mostly, I'm gonna say vintage, probably late 90s, early 2000s, and Taylor, Talbot's, Chico's, Gap. What else is in there? Off brands and just a mix of all kinds of stuff. So I won't be shopping for clothing unless I see something really good. I'm gonna be hitting the ground running trying to get hard goods. I love selling hard goods. You guys know my basement is full of them. And while I do like shipping clothing better, I do love selling hard goods. All right, let's get going. Let's get on the road. We're going to Lincoln Highway, my all-time #1 favorite Goodwill for hard goods, and hopefully we'll find something good. Hit the like and subscribe button, and as always, go out and get what's yours. It seems that this place is just becoming more and more crowded. There's not even any parking. All the parking spots filled. I actually had to park at the Wendy's that is closed. So that's my car all the way up there. It is a good store. Not that I always find good stuff, but out of all of the Goodwills in this area, this one seems to get the best hard goods. Clothing prices have increased dramatically, so I'm not really into clothing here unless it's the color tag of the week. So we're gonna check that out and see what the color tag is. I'll try to get out of the way of this car. All right, so like I said, this is Goodwill, Lancaster, Route 30 or Lincoln Highway. And let's get in. Let's see what color tag is half off. Oh dear, hardly any carts. Does this one wheel okay? Not great, but we'll take it. Right here is the sign. It is blue tag, 50% off. All right, we're gonna be hunting for blue tag, mostly in hard goods, as she looks at a piece of clothing, $8.99. Oh, that is pretty. Let's take that down and take a quick look. Meanwhile, I have like so many pieces of clothing at home, but I'm gonna grab this one for $4.50. I like that for me. So I'm just gonna be very systematic today. We're gonna start with aisle 1. It's a big orchid plant, kind of pretty. These vases always capture my attention, $5. I don't think they really do well. Okay, this is made in macaw, which is very interesting. Lily pads. If it had a frog on it, I would get it. But I see a lot of this type of thing. And to be truthful, I don't think it has a really high resale value. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that though. It is kind of pretty. Reminds me of the 90s. Here is another vase that's capturing my attention. What does this say on the bottom? Oh, it looks to be made, handmade. I think it's probably a ceramic in one of those classes that gets painted. 2 red vases. Like I said, I have plenty of clothing at home, so I'm just going to be looking at hard goods. Aloha. That's kind of interesting. I've never seen that before. Don't know who would want that. It's a trinket dish. Did I look at this last time? Made in Japan, $2.99. A pheasant. Oh, this is quite pretty. $1.99. I do like that. Now, is there any damage? I might go ahead and put that in the cart. I'll check it again for damage at the end. Lately, I've been really not catching all of the damage, so I want to be careful on what I actually purchase, because sometimes with the amount I purchase, you can really lose sight, of checking for quality. And quality is so important. Probably the most important feature for resale is having good quality where things aren't damaged. Here on the glass aisle, it looks like somebody was corralling the 12 days of Christmas, and we're missing a few. I do like these. They're very fun. Okay, so we have 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Those are quite nice. I wonder what they go for. I imagine this is just a common brand. Very pretty. All right, but without the whole set, that's a real hunt to find the missing ones. Now, if I see them, I might come back to that, but do I want to ship 12 glasses? Not really. I have to say, with the large clothing pickup, once I start selling through on that lot, shipping clothing is just so much easier. Here's a cheese board or a dome. I just sold one of these. They don't really bring too much money, and mine took a while to sell, so I won't be picking up another one. Okay, I'm not saying I'm going to buy it, but look at this big fruit topiary. That is spectacular. Did somebody make that? Look at all the little fruits. Okay, that's so bad it's good. I almost want that for like a really cool centerpiece on an English server. That would be stunning. Now, some of them have lost their peel. You can see the styrofoam underneath, and it's heavy. $10, yeah. It's cracking, so probably vintage, but I had to show that to you guys. How crazy good is that? All right, we're gonna peruse down the red aisle. Oh, this looks like the Gorham box. Silver plate Paul Revere bowl, Gorham. Now, I don't know that these bring any kind of money. I do like this style though, so we're gonna take a look at those. Here's a second one. See if I can open this box. I also stuck this in my cart. This is Colonial Candle. And as you can tell, it's mixed. I think the box is originally these lavender color candles, $7. So I'm going to untape it and take a look at those. Colonial Candle does well for me. So I'm going to put those in the cart. We're going to look at the Gorham bowls. We'll look at those together. I'm going to have to run comps on those. Really pretty style, very classic. And I did find these cat bookends, which I wanted you guys to bemoan with me. Look how good these are. But he's got a chip on the corner of his ear. Oh my word, I love these. Pier 1 originally, but it's the older Pier 1, $13. Does Goodwill love a good cat? Yes, they do. All right. Sadly, I think I'm putting him back. Now, would somebody buy him? Probably, but $13 for a chipped-eared cat is not good. But oh, I love these cats. Okay, so these are what the Gorham bowls look like. Let me see if I can put this. It has the plastic insert, which does seem to have some stress cracking. I don't know that that's a big deal breaker. I don't think it's made like that. And this is the bowl. Look how pretty this is. Again, wouldn't it be wonderful if it was solid silver? That would just make my day, but it's not. Silver plate. So somebody buying this would be buying it, for personal use, to serve things, maybe a shrimp cocktail or something like that. So I'm going to have to run a comp. There are 2 of them, but I'm going to take a look at that. And also we have little tiny glass and brass framed cases with like a little shadow box. It looks like maybe Santa and Mrs. Santa. I don't know who would want that. And do we see a price? $3.99. All right, those are so odd. I might pick those up. And we're going to put those in the cart. All right, so I have to check the Gorham, and I'm going to open the colonial candles to see what's going on there, see the story. And yeah, and that's what the cart looks like so far. Let's keep going. I just pulled these out from the bottom shelf. I thought it was a rug. But then when I turned it over and saw that it has a zipper, I'm like, a pillowcase? I have never seen anything like that. You can tell the quality is good. It does have a little bit of schmutz on it. And when I opened the zipper, it's Pottery Barn. Very interesting. I'm not quite sure why Pottery Barn would take almost like a rug fabric and turn it into pillowcases. Who would want that? Very interesting. I don't even know how to describe that. All right, $4.99 for the two, so that's not bad. I don't think that's quite attractive, and you know me, I pick up a lot of Pottery Barn. Just pulling over to the side, getting off the aisle so people can go up and down. I have a tendency to want to put this back. I don't think this would be a good seller, but for $5, they would cost me $2.50 each. All right, I might pick them up. So indecisive. Spotting faucets on the shelf. Here are two bathroom faucets. Parlos, P-A-R-L-O-S. I've never heard of that brand. They do seem to be metal, but I don't think this brand brings much. It just caught my attention because I just did a lot of shopping for faucets. And there is a big difference between the plastic ones and the solid brass. $1.99 for the hoses, which you need, but I don't imagine these would bring more than $30 or $35. And by the time I buy $5 faucet and the $2, I'm into it for $7 a piece. And this might be missing pieces, but if somebody's looking for new faucets, I think that's a good deal. These candle holders caught my attention because of the weight. Super heavy glass. So we're going to take a look at these. They seem to be new in open box. They don't seem to be used. Let's see if I can get this out with one hand. Okay, it's stuck. Oh, it kind of has like a snowy frosted look. Look at the overage of the paint though. That's a quick sign of quality that's not there. Holiday time, made in China. That's a shame because the candle holder itself is quite nice, very thick walled. We're gonna put that back in. I can't imagine that's worth anything. I will try to include comps on the screen so that we do check what things are bringing. These are $2.99 each. I don't imagine that's more than $8 to $10. It's a pair of Nike Air Force high tops. Okay, don't think these would bring more than $40 to $50. And Goodwill wants, what do they want for them? $20. So definitely not worth it. Right next to it though, a pair of Brooks running sneakers. A lot of life left in the soles. Let's see what they're asking for these. $12.99. Boy, the prices have gone up. I'm gonna have to run a comp on those, but I don't know the Brooks are really, they're becoming so saturated. I think my favorite sneaker to find right now is still Hoka, H-O-K-A. I do the best with those. And Brooks are all right. I don't know. If these were like $8 maybe, but $13 is getting a little bit high. Okay, I will discipline myself around a comp, but pretty sure these are going back up. What is going on inside? I just realized that. Two different inner soles. They don't come like that. Okay, those are going back. All right, because the store is so crowded, I am all over the place, trying to stay out of the way. $4.99 for one drape. I do like the gray stripe. I think this is Hearth and Hand, Joanna Gaines, Target. Yes, Hearth and Hand. Kind of nice, but I don't know. I'd feel better about it if there were two and they were $2.50 a piece. I would grab them. Like I said, I do like the gray. It's a pulled top, tabs. I will keep my eyes open. If I find the second one and they're in good shape, I still might take them for 10. I think I could probably flip them for 30, but not sure about that. And since there's only one, I don't like to sell single drapes. You're waiting for that person that just needs one more drape, and it's a very long-tailed selling item, so we're going to wait on that. Just scanning the linens while I'm waiting for some of the aisles to clear. Along with everybody else shopping, a few of my viewers said hello, so hello back to Maureen and Linda. The three of us just started chatting. None of us had ever met each other. You gotta love the community. So thank you, girls, for saying hi. I always love when you guys say hi. Kind of makes my day and feels like, you know, like you guys are in this with me, which you are. All right, so I'm gonna look up the Gorham bowls while I wait for the aisles to clear a little bit, and we're gonna see what else we can find. Running a comp on Gorham silver-plated bowl, if these were sterling silver, I could go home for the day. But they are silver-plated, and I look it up by the style number. These won't bring even $10 a piece. So although very pretty, not good for resale. So I did look up Colonial Candle to make sure that it's still bringing, you know, a decent profit. The silver and the green, I'm probably either going to take out or just include them as a bonus. The lavender ones seem to be in good shape. I'm thinking probably about $30 for this box. So that we're putting right in the cart. As you can see, I'm really pared down. Here is Last Chance, a dice game. And Roger's not with me today, so I'm going to surprise him with this. The man loves to sell games. $3.99, and I think this is a solid 25. I did open the box. I untaped the whole thing to make sure it had its parts, and it does. Now we are on the black aisle. Just taking a look at what's going on here. I see some knives. I don't know if they're all matching. Oh, maybe they are. I'll try to slide one out. Let's go for the middle one. Okay, they need a good scrubbing. And these are Henkel. I can see the symbol there. So I will untape them to make sure that they all have their points. A lot of times steak knives, the very tip will break off, and that doesn't make for a good sale, but these are serrated. They seem to be older, and like I said, needs a good scrubbing. Oh, there's a few more of them that came out. Oh, we have a paring knife and 5 steak knives, it looks like, for $3. So I will take a chance on that. Thankfully, I think it's lunchtime and the store is starting to clear out a little bit. We are looking at dishes. These are on the back wall. Pots and pans, stuff like that. Oh, this is pretty. Golden white teacup. This is Bavaria Princess. I want to be a princess and drink out of a gold teacup. All right, fun. Oh, this is Pillsbury Corelle. Okay, these can do well. Ooh, $9.99. Okay, so they mix Pillsbury Corelle with the Spring Blossom, which is the green daisy-ish pattern. We've got 3 of those, and I don't know what the red line one is called, 2 of those. I would like just the Pillsbury one, but they have a new policy, you get what you get, kind of. So for $10, I don't imagine the Pillsbury would bring more than that. And then after fees and stuff, you still haven't made profit. And the green blossom, and I think the red line aren't worth much. That's a shame. If this would have all been the Pillsbury, that would have been good for $10. All right, I'm gonna wait on that. What is this back here? Universal Danco lever handle. Cold and diverter buttons. Huh. Lots of plumbing in this store today. Not sure what that's about. Danco. Kind of look for Moen and Pfister and Kohler. This does feel heavy. I might take a look at it. It seems to be sealed. $5. But I'm going to take a look at that. And I also have a bowl to look up. I do like this pattern. Very mid-century modern, but I don't know that this is mid-century modern. I don't think so. Impromptu. Ben somebody. $1.99. I'm going to put money on it that that's not anything, but I'm going to go ahead and look up the Danco decorative lever handle. That's very hard to say. Lever handle. All right. Okay, I got excited there for a second. I thought this might have been worth more, but it's just about worth $4.99. Always good to check plumbing parts, because a lot of times people's faucets and things like that break and they can't get the parts, or they're looking for a deal on the parts. I look for the vintage ones that are solid brass, and when it's in package, even better, because it'll have the style number. See that 80021? I always plug that in to make sure I'm looking at the exact piece of what is online to compare. All right, this one going back, but that was worth checking in my opinion. I'm also looking at, I feel like I need these in my life. I'm not sure why. I really don't have a lack of them, but I always look at organization tools. I do need a small cheese grater, because every time I grate cheddar cheese on my eggs, I'm dirtying a whole big box grater, and I need one of those flat ones, and I refuse to pay full price for it. There's got to be one of those here. I'm probably going to have to buy everything else with it. Oh, that fooled me. I almost thought that would have been one. That's very pretty. But this is a meat fork, and I don't see a marking on it. I really wish this would be sterling silver. All right, so if anybody sees a cheese grater, one of the little ones, let me know. Okay, I got very excited for this frog here until I tested the weight. So it is a plastic resin. I was really hoping that this was concrete. Still good. Good frog. Do we love a good frog? Yes, we do. I am tempted. I'm getting old, guys. Now I want all the frogs for the garden. I don't know what shape my garden's going to be in this summer, so I'm going to leave him for somebody else. But he is cool. Really like him. All right, but he's going back on the shelf. Another thing I found, how adorable is this? A bunch of snowmen paddling in a canoe. I would have actually bought this, $4. That is so funny. But look what's going on here. It's cracked. They're going to sink. But that is really, I love that. All right, so it is a slim pickings day. We are going with the Pottery Barn rug pillow covers. I have no idea, but they are $5 for the two. We are getting Roger the Last Chance game. He is disciplining himself. He is home listing. We are getting the Henkel knives, $2.99. Set of 5. I wish it was 6, and it has 1 paring knife, so we're going to get that. I found some flatware while you weren't looking. Seems to be quite a bit of it. Now, you can't always guarantee, it's going to be the full set, but for $7, I always take a chance if it's in good shape. And I am getting the candles. I did open them up to check, and the bottom layer is more of the lavender. So I think I'll have 9 candles. I'm probably going to take the silver and green out of there and just sell it as an incomplete box, but it is colonial candle. Okay, one more video. I was leaving, and then a new cart came out, and I saw this punch tin chandelier. It is very old. Look how old that dust is. Vintage dust, as I always say. Handmade, $5. People that have a primitive style in decorating like punch tin, so I'm going to go ahead and grab this. This is going to be local pickup, though. And I got a Jack from the Incredibles, baby Jack doll, who talks. Oh my word. I don't know what he brings. I'm guessing probably $20, $25, hopefully. And a new friend actually found this on the shelf and asked me if Roger would like it. Roger's not even here. You guys are so amazing. So a big thank you to all of you who meet me in the thrift store and say hello, and especially for the followers who give me things. Roger's going to be thrilled with that. And the last thing I found was vintage posters. I'm going to see the date on the postmark. I think it's 74. And it has a presidential poster in there of Nixon and Liberty Bell and something else. So for $4, I'm going to grab that. All right, I really have to leave this store. Hopefully I won't get sidetracked again. So I just stopped to look at handbags, just because. No other reason than just because. And right away, I love the size of this tote bag. You guys know me, I carry a very big bag. $9.99, but you can feel the stiffness of it and the imitation leather. Again, this one is marked with a brand, but again, very stiff. It doesn't feel real. And then we come to this bag. Now, this bag is too small for me, but right away I recognize all the detail. Look at the hardware, the braided trim, zipper tab pull, soft leather. This is Kelsey Dagger, and what do they want for it? $4.99. So we're gonna go ahead and take that one. Genuine leather. This should bring a solid 40. Okay, I'm actually online. I've been moving towards the line 3 different times, and every time a new cart came out. So of course I had to get offline and go look at it, but I'm really making moves now. All right, guys, hit that like and subscribe button, and as always, go out and get what's yours. I have moved around a little bit of the furniture before Roger gets here to do the heavy lifting with me. So my living room is going to become my office and my living room. And the only room that doesn't have a lot of construction items. I have cleared out this corner to put the desk along this wall. Now I have measured, so that should work out fine. The only thing I can't figure out is my shipping dresser. So I'm going to take you into the present office, and lots of inventory being processed. This is the current situation. You can see even the pictures are starting to become askew from the banging. And this is the piece I have to figure out. So here is where I do all the shipping out. There is an Afghan I just sold. It's all washed and dried, ready to be packed down. Some sconces that I listed on Facebook Marketplace local pickup. I don't think those are on eBay yet. But anyway, and this is clothing that I've listed. I have to figure out how I'm going to do this. Where am I going to wrap items? I'm not quite sure. I can't really hang this in my living room. And this is the wall that's going to be opened up. So I believe that I'm losing the wall. And I sound unsure because I really haven't looked at the final plans. We talked a lot about this, and I know the general opening size. I think it's from this heater. I think the radiator is staying where it is, and we're going to open the wall from here. I'm losing these windows to the other side of this door. So because all of this is going to be opened up, I really have to get all of this out of here. And in a small house, this house is a little bit under 1,400 square feet presently. Before the addition of 650, I'm not sure where I'm putting any of this. I might put the shipping dresser in the photography studio if I can work it in. I'll show you what that looks like. So inventory being processed. This is part of the buyout. Quite a few items had problems, so we're dealing with that right now. This is my cleaning cart, mannequin, lighting, stuff being processed. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going to put this. There's not really a good place for it, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. It might wind up in the kitchen. Let's take a look at that. So I don't know if this shipping dresser will fit in the kitchen. I'm thinking maybe I'll put this situation downstairs and put the shipping dresser in the kitchen. I told you it was going to get crazy. All right, here is the present state of the dining room. Let me just say I am so glad I decided to have the tub put into the garage. The Amazon guys were great. I did contemplate bringing the tub in here, but the box is big. All right, so shipping supplies coming in. I have to deal with that today. And yeah, as long as there is a pathway in all of the rooms, I think we'll be okay. And I will give you a final snapshot of what the house looks like. I need one room of calm. That's all I've got to say. I have to have one room where I can escape and just, chill, but I'm not sure where that is. It might wind up the only room that I have available is my bedroom. And I'd hate to put a shipping dresser in there. Yeah, I don't think I have room there. Clothing hanging, that's what I'm wearing for Easter tomorrow. I know, a little bit of black, but hey, I'm glad I have clothes to wear. All right, I will give you the final update of what this looks like. I am using the Dyson as we go along because the dust bunnies are in full force. And yeah, I think this is my new office right here. Okay, so Roger came over and we are in the middle of switching everything around. We got my desk. I tricked you. You didn't know I was filming. I always do that. I say, honey, let's go look at this, or let's do this, or let's do that. And then all of a sudden I turn on the camera. He's like, oh, we're filming? So that's not bad. That worked out really good.
Yeah, it's good.
The only thing is that it's always going to be a mess now in the living room because when I list, you know, it's all bedlam. But all right, so now we're going to go in the garage. We're going to look at the tub and see that the tub is good. And we are also going to look for the wire to have internet, right? We need a longer cable.
Yeah.
So hopefully we have one of those in the garage. All right, so it's a very big tub. So the great thing about this tub is that it's heated. So if your water gets cold, you can turn on the heater. I'm never coming out of this tub. I think it's going to be a fight between you and I who gets to take a bath. And I was saying on the earlier part of the video, I was so glad I didn't decide to put this into the dining room.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been crowded.
Julia.
What movie is that from?
Christmas Story.
And what did they say? Who? You love that story, that movie?
It's like fragile. His wife's like, I think that's fragile.
Fragile. It must be Italian.
Well, I think that says fragile, honey.
Oh, yeah.
I thought this tub was really lightweight because it's made out of lucite, something lucite acrylic or lucite. I'm like, lucite. And I asked the Amazon guys how much it weighs, and they said something like 250 pounds.
Oh, really?
But I don't know if that's from the packing of it. All right, guys, so this is the tub we went with. Really, I went with. We haven't even sat in it yet.
It looks like it's really comfortable. The back, the way it's sloped nice like that.
You just don't want to have to climb in. Like, please don't make me climb in on camera. All right, I'm getting in. Got any water? Got any rubber duckies on you? Look at Roger taking one for the team.
I don't know.
We're going to have some steps leading up to it. You think you're okay?
Yeah. I guess it doesn't matter which way, right?
I have no idea.
Yeah, look at all the controls over here.
Do you think you're going to break it? Well, it's Amazon. If it breaks, we can always send it back.
No, it ain't gonna break.
Is that comfortable or no? Do you fit in? This one's shorter than the other one, right?
Yeah, it is shorter.
Oh, no, this is the big one. How much was the one that you fit in properly? That was at the plumbing store. Do you remember the price on that one? Your knees are bent. How tall are you?
6 foot. I wonder if 72 is probably the whole.
The whole outside.
Yeah, the outside.
Yeah, but that looks short on your arms, too.
What's that?
It's Amazon. We can always return it if we want the other one. It's not a big deal because it's free returns. That other one fit you better, I think. But I think the other one, if I'm not mistaken, was like $8,000, wasn't it?
This is comfortable.
You're just going with the flow.
No, the back.
Literally.
I mean, like on your back, it's really comfortable.
Okay, so after trying the tub 3 more times, the decision is to keep it. We feel for what we paid for it, which was about $2,600 from Amazon. There are too many features that we really like. We like that it has the air jets and the Whirlpool jets. We like that it is heated. That means if your water gets a little bit chilly, you can always heat your bath water again. And I think the size is fine. I think it's going to be me using it more than Roger. Roger is going to have the shower. What do you think?
He'll be using it more than me, I'm sure.
But yeah, I think it's good for the price.
Oh, no, that's really nice.
Okay, because some of the other ones that we looked at in plumbing stores, I don't know, they were like $8,000, and I'm really not going to spend $8,000 on a tub. So
I think it's really nice.
yeah, but And the next project is to redo all of this. Just kidding. All right, we're going to walk in the backyard. Have you seen the walls
I
yet?
haven't, just from the inside.
Okay, just
the
pictures of it or
outside.
whatever.
Yeah.
We're going to walk around the backyard and take a look at the progress. So I think this progress wasn't supposed to be done until next week. So they are actually ahead of schedule. Pile of dirt. Too bad it's not snowing. We can go sleigh riding. I have to say, with the walls up, it does look a little bit bigger, but it still looks like, how are we fitting everything into that square? That's what it looks like to me, like it's a little bit small, right? Does it look that way to you?
Yeah, pretty good size, I think.
Are we allowed to go in it? So this basement window is staying. Try not to kill myself. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. That basement window is going away.
There's all your old
Yeah.
stone or whatever.
These are all the stones that they took off the back of the house. They cut our house, honey. See if I can stand here. I don't think these are real stones. I still think this is like a composite of some sort. But anyway, so all of that came off of this. Just watch where I'm going so I don't fall in a big hole. And I imagine they're going to bury all of this, right? That's what
Yeah.
happens on construction sites.
Well, this will get filled in with stone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a bunch of stone.
Why do they fill it in with stone?
I don't know how much will be. I'm pretty sure this will be filled in with stone.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
And
then,
then we'll run all the rebar through
oh,
for the concrete. So, yeah, I think a lot of this is going to be stone.
what I don't understand is that the cinder block wall is so much higher than the level of the yard. So does all of this gets filled in with dirt? Like, look how much lower the yard is than the wall.
Yeah, I think a lot of that pile there will fill in then. I don't know how. I'm not sure what the.
So is our whole yard going to be higher?
No, it should be. I mean, he'll just fill it in like a foot. Right there, I'm not sure. Not really sure.
Okay. That's why we sell on eBay. That's why we're not builders. All right, but the floor of the house is going to be, I think, even with this, because this door is going away. So you can see where they're going to cut the wall. So from the edge of that stone, all of this is going to be open to the inside. Like, I lose these two windows. This is going to be the hallway. Let's see if I can. It's very hard to film and be careful of where you're stepping. So all of this is just going to be a hallway into the house. So the top of these blocks is going to be our floor, right?
Yeah, close. We'll put a plate on them, a wooden.
On the
plate.
lip, right there.
Yeah, where the bolts are.
Oh,
There'll be a plate, wood the whole way around.
so all of this should be done by June 16th. And then we'll have a big party, and then we'll go on a honeymoon. What do you think?
Sounds good.
That's our plan. Where do you think we're going on our honeymoon? Is it a surprise?
Yeah, I'm not sure yet. It'll be a surprise.
Surprise to both of us. I saw a wedding dress in Goodwill yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
It was very fancy. They wanted $200.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think I'm wearing jeans. What are you wearing?
I'll match you.
Yeah. We don't care about stuff like that. All right, guys, so that is an update. Cinder block walls are done. This contractor is moving at a clip, and I think we are his smallest job this year. So he is a well-known builder. He does does he do commercial work, or is all of Sherwin's?
He does commercial.
He does,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't know how much, but I think he does some commercial.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think he's just trying to knock our job out, which is just good with us. All right, guys, hit that like and subscribe button and go out and get what's yours.